Well, what do you know? I found some more single-sided records here, and these came from an antique shop actually, and they weren't expensive. I might have paid a similar amount of money at a car boot sale, but I suppose just for completeness, let's have a look. I have a feeling they're all the gramophone with the recording angel, which is pretty, but they're all the same, I think. But we will probably flip them all over anyway, just to make sure. I can't really see there actually. At least I'm not on camera. I can see with my own eyes that it's a gramophone with the recording angel on there. But anyway, let's have a quick look at this one here. I mean, it's pretty amazing that these things actually survive. I mean, these are all, well, I mean, they stopped making these in the sort of 1920s. In fact, this gramophone monarch record is sort of about pre-1910. It's something 1908 to 1910, something like that. Anyway, this is in English. This is a selection of the Barbel of Seville by the band of H.M. Coldstream Guards. Let's get that better in-camera shot there on this camera. Tend to use this camera here. So that's a nice gramophone monarch record. So we've got Nip of the Dog, but we haven't got his master's voice actually written on the record yet. So there we go. That's a nice find. The next one is also a gramophone monarch record. This is an overture. Let's get this. Overture 1812. Tchaikovsky. I can't say that. I really ought to be able to pronounce the composer. Anyway, it's the band of H.M. Coldstream Guards again. It's a gramophone monarch record. So again, sort of 1908, 19 to 1910-ish. Something like that. And we flip it over, it's a gramophone. It's a gramophone recording angel. So recording angel being this chap in the middle here, and we've got the two gramophone bits of writing there. So that's that one. Now each of these cost about the price of a cup of coffee. They are actually, I don't know if you can see, they're slightly warped, some of them. It's not terrible, but I might do something about it, but they'll play just fine, I'm sure. This one here is his master's voice. So this I mean, it's 1910 to the early 1920s. Apparently they did actually make these right up into the early 1920s, but I think with the style of label the way it is, I think this is likely to be earlier than later. So maybe 1910 to 1915, something like that. I'm not an expert on this stuff. I'm only going on what I've read. So anyway, this is Madame Agnes Nichols. She's singing When the Heart is Young. She's a soprano, or she was a soprano, and it's a soprano with piano. And we'll just double check. It's like, oh yes, that's another gramophone with recording angel. Maybe we'll flip that round there just for double measures. Okay, so let's pop that one on the pile. Now if you're enjoying this video, then maybe you'd like to give it a like, just so that I know that YouTube knows too. That would be great, thank you. Okay, we have another His Master's Voice. So again, 1910 to early 1920s, but again, I think it's probably a bit earlier, or earlier in that period. This is Val September, played by Ifs Orchestra. And it does actually say, they say like London. I think they probably all say London. And I think that's an indication of where it was actually recorded. Not where it was pressed. A lot of records before the First World War were actually pressed in Germany, but the Gramophone Company did actually have their own pressing works at Hayes in Middlesex. I believe it was at Hayes in Middlesex. That's where everything else was. So this could have been pressed outside the UK, or it could have been pressed in the UK. I'm not sure. If you do know, if you've got any way of telling which is which, that'd be really useful. Something else I've noticed actually is that somebody has gone along and written, or scratched possibly, I think it's scratched into the label, the speed. So this they're saying is speed 80. I think this one here, yeah, maybe we'll put it on this camera here. This was 81. And it'll be interesting because I can actually look these up, I think, and determine what HMV or the gramophone company said the speed should be, because due to the crudeness of the equipment, didn't always run at exactly the same speed, and so they measured how fast it was actually recording at, and then they just made a note of it. And you, as a good user of the product, was supposed to set your machine to match what they'd recorded at. So there we go. Anyway, I think I've covered everything on there. I can't remember if I've looked at the back of this one or not, but just in case I haven't, there we go. That's a gramophone recording Angel back, and we'll put that one on the pile. This one here, this is another His Master's Voice. This has got 81 written here. It's got London, so it was played or recorded in London. It's by the Bohemian Orchestra, which is just going to be some made-up pseudonym. It's In the Shadows by Fink, and I'm not sure there's much else I can say about that one really. It's got a slightly less thick rim, which suggests to me it might be a little bit later, but again, I'm no expert. That might just indicate it was pressed in a different factory or on a different line. I don't know. Anyway, that's that one. Did I show the back? Can't remember if I showed the back, but it's the same. And the last one off the pack, or the last one off the stack, is this one. There were other records from that antique centre. There was one double-sided which I left, and there was a bunch of other random stuff, but obviously this was somebody's collection, somebody's prized early collection, or at least part of it. Anyway, this is Speed 81. Previous owner tells me there. It's His Master's Voice, so it's 1910, maybe a bit after 1910. It's the Gramophone Company Limited, Overture Zampa Herald, played by the band of well, it'll be His Majesty's Coldstream Guards, recorded in London. So there we go, that's that one. And on the back, well, again, it's the same, I'm not going to dwell too long on this one, but there we go. So anyway, there we go. How many were there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go, 6 records. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and if you've enjoyed this video, then you might like this one too. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.